welcome back everyone. Today we are taking a look at Polkadot coin. Recently we had formed a nice new local top here, you can see, breaking recently also this resistance zone, some kind of resistance. And after forming a local top and retesting the zone, we see that we are seeing this to be a possible fake out place. Of course, this is logical as well because we left this pretty huge CME gap here slightly below this resistance zone. So most likely what we are going to see here is some kind of further downward movement. So it should be something like this. Failed retest, movement to the lower zones, filling nicely this zone here. So this is going to be like a first target zone for lower zones. And from here on the bigger time frame, we are going to look for a long position. But before we go there, we might see, of course, some movement here touching this zone and maybe trading inside the lower lows here on the Polkadot and then pushing to upper zones. So ideally, we are going to wait for some kind of movement to lower zones. So once we break this zone here, so let me remove these slides here so you can understand better. And let's take this one. Now we want to see a nice touch to this zone, breaking and forming some kind of market structure break on lower time frames, 30-minute maybe, movement to this zone, maybe even to this zone here. And 1 second. Once we break this zone here, we're going to look for a short position, which means stop loss should be somewhere near here. And like this. So in this setup, we see that risk and reward ratio is 1 to 1.5, but we might even fall further to the lower zone. So it will be an open position with the last target being somewhere near here. We might even push it closer to here just in case. So 1 to 3 risk and reward ratio. Now, once we break this zone, although we're not going to close the short position, but we're going to open a parallel long position and it will be a spot position. Now, on spot positions, of course, we're not going to have any stop loss, but the red zone, so this zone here, is going to mark our DKA position, which means that we will just keep on buying in this zone. And just to show you, so let's keep it this way, just to show you how far we might go with the Polkadot. So this is not even a top here yet. Local top is 12 and even further to upper zone. So let's remove this one. You can see we have way too much room to move. Of course, on a bigger time frame, and once we see a full confirmation of bullish movement. So on bigger time frame, these are the zones we are going to look as a take profit zones maybe for the spot position, of course. This is going to be the first one, second one, and third one would be the all-time high zone. So another sleeper build. We had already few sleeper builds that we shared with you, and Polkadot is still trading on lower time frames at pretty low price, while Bitcoin is making new all-time highs, breaking and breaking. Remember, we might see some kind of manipulative movements, a quick liquidity movement to the lower zones. On a Bitcoin, it might result in maybe like 15 to 20, 25% of dump. But on the altcoins, it will have some significant movement for sure. So keep your attentions open, tight, very tight stop loss. And if you long, then only with 1 to 2 leverage or just the spot tradings. So this is overall idea we see on the Polkadot. Short term we short, long term we long. That's it.